Back with part two of today's Local 6 Legal Line. Mark Bryant, Tara Swanson from the Bryant Law Center, Paducah and Louisville. And we are talking about nursing home abuse and tenant rights. But we do have a question. Somebody wants to kind of go backwards to the scholarship. A question about it, Mark. They say, is the money going straight to the students or will it be added directly to the students' tuition? How does that work?
Here's what will happen. The check will be made out to whatever university they're going to go to and to the recipient of it. It'll put down there who's supposed to get it. And then it goes to the university, and then the university will cut a check to the student. So it will reduce their expenses, and it'll help them out a bunch. I mean, $1,000, heck, I'll tell you, when I went to school, it was, of course, that was ages ago, but that was a ton of money, and it's still in my book an awful lot of money. So go ahead and sign up. We'd love to see your video.
I have a question from an anonymous viewer who says, I had a stroke and the hospital sent home my prescriptions. Then I had 3 more strokes. Is there anything that I can do about that? Do they have a case?
I'd have to know a whole lot more than that. But if you'd already had a stroke, see, the problem with it is people routinely think that everything is some kind of negligence if they don't get out of the hospital in great shape, and that's just not the case. You know, without knowing a lot more about it, I'm hesitant to tell you.
So I guess the answer there would be pick up the phone and provide more details.
Yeah, you know, look at medical records. I mean, if this thing was real simple, everybody would be doing it, and it's not real simple. So yeah, if you really want to know, we're going to have to get your medical records and look at it. But you got to have a lot more than, you know. I mean, you sounded like you were in pretty rough, you know, pretty bad shape anyway. So I'm sorry, but that's all I can say right now.
I have a question regarding tenant rights, and this person says, my property manager where I live said I did not give enough notice about a broken heater where I live. How much notice do I really have to give?
So for a broken heater, anything that's essential to live, like running water, you know, if your doors don't close, heat, those types of things, those have to be fixed immediately. The landlord has to make best efforts to fix those as soon as possible. What he might be referring to is if there's something that's broken and your landlord has not fixed it, you can give them 14 days notice and fix it yourself and then deduct that cost from your rent for the next month. But you need to request that in writing. You do have to give them that 14 days and you know, you have to make sure you're doing everything exactly by the book in order to get that break on your rent for the next month. That might be what he's talking about. I'm not sure.
Got about 30 seconds left, and real quickly, you have someone who says, I think there's mold in my apartment that may be dangerous. The landlord says they don't think it's a problem. Who can I contact about that?
Well, pick up a phone and call me about that. Just call Mark, because that is not the way you're supposed to do this. We're getting a lot of complaints about mold in major apartment complexes in our community. And if you've got that problem, and if you've also heard that your landlord is going to kick you out for turning them in, call me about that too, because we can do something about it. People don't have to live that way.
Mark Bryant, Tara Swanson, our guest today on the today's Local 6 Legal Line, attorneys from the Bryant Law Center in Paducah. If you'd like to review either one of these segments, give us a little bit of time. We'll post them on our website under the Legal Line icon at WPSDLocal6.com. More Midday still to come.